we go.
Hey everyone, welcome back to What Up Bitches on BFAM 109.6. It is National Women's Day, everyone.
What?
And tonight we are celebrating female business owners.
Yay.
And so I have here Melanie Holder, and she is the owner and brains behind Bee Leaf Wellness Teas. Right?
Correct.
Okay. I always want to say Bee Wellness Teas.
It's
Bee Well, but Bee Leaf Wellness Tea. Okay, so you're a dietitian.
I am.
So that's where you got your start. So tell everyone about that, about you.
Okay, so take a step back before I became a dietitian.
Okay.
When I was young, I used to make cakes and all kind of different entrees and everything. So I always wanted to be a chef.
Okay.
But I also wanted to be a CIA agent also. So I went to college and I got my first degree in criminal justice.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you how long ago it was because I don't want to age myself. But it was many moons ago.
Okay.
All right. Things went okay, but that wasn't really what I wanted. You know, when you're young,
You didn't speak to your soul.
it did, but there were so many other things I wanted to explore at the same time. So I decided to go back to culinary school.
Okay.
And so I went back to culinary school and got a degree in culinary arts.
So now I have to pause here because you're a parent, I'm a parent. What did your parents say when you went from criminal justice to back to culinary school? Were they like, "What are you doing?"
No, actually, as long as I'm making a move and I have a plan and I have some direction, my parents support me.
Yes.
I have great parents. I won't deny that.
Yes. Okay.
So they
So you
were
went
very
to culinary.
supportive. Plus, they like to eat.
There was some other motivation.
And I am a good chef.
Okay.
So I worked in the restaurant industry for a while, and then I decided I wanted to take another step.
Okay.
So I went back to school again.
Okay.
And at this time, I got my degree in dietetics and nutrition.
Okay.
So I graduated from there in 2004, and I did my internship in 2007, and passed the board registration in 2008, and I've been a dietitian since.
Okay. So now, what took you from culinary? Because I know culinary, it's a career, but it's a little bit more, I want to say fun, but a little bit more fun than being a dietitian. Because with being a dietitian, it's health centered and trying to get people to do the right thing. And even I'm guilty of not wanting to do the right thing. So what made you want to tie those things in together? Was it something you saw, or you just woke up one day? Or?
It might have been the latter. I
Okay.
just woke up one day, and I really can't. I searched back to try to figure out what was that deciding factor to make me decide, hey, let's go to the next level. Everything I've done, I enjoyed the criminal justice career. I enjoyed the culinary arts career. And believe it or not, I make this career fun as well.
Oh, now I've seen you make this one fun.
I'm on the show. It can't get no funner than that, right?
I've seen you make this one fun. I've seen like the clips where you're out in the park and that kind of thing.
And I get to meet all kind of people, and it's actually it doesn't feel like work to me. It's like I'm actually feeling that I matter to people.
Okay.
I feel like I'm helping people, and that's a good feeling to feel like you're able to connect with people and see what they need.
So I brought up the health background because you don't just make tea to make tea.
Correct.
You make tea with health and wellness in mind.
Yes, ma'am.
So how did you get started in that? Because I know learning the herbal properties, because I work with herbs, is different than cooking.
Yes.
And not necessarily what they teach you as a dietitian. So that's another path kind of that you sent yourself down.
Well, they don't actually
find your
even teach
niche.
you about. They don't teach you herbs and
They don't.
as a dietitian. And I've always been really holistic. Even though I might not have known I was holistic, but I've always been holistic at heart. So what really was the clincher was, well, no, let me back up. I decided I was going to take another additional path because, hey, I wanted to be a dietitian, but I wanted to be something a little bit more than a dietitian. So that's when I decided I was going to enroll in holistic nutrition courses.
Okay.
Because I did want to learn herbs and I did want to learn how food can work as medicine outside of what I had been taught in a clinical background.
Okay.
So enrolled, and as life goes, found out a few months later I had breast cancer.
Okay.
So this is the evolution.
So now you said that made you go harder into the herbal
This
aspects.
is where this was created from. All of this was created as a result of me going through chemo, feeling down, not feeling how. I guess the biggest thing was I didn't feel like I had control.
Mhm.
So this was a way that I could take some control back and I could do something for me rather than depending on, Western medicine or, all these other chemicals that they were giving me. I wanted to have some control, and this is what I came up with. And I feel like maybe it was a purpose for that. Nobody wants to have cancer. Definitely not me.
Right.
But to take that what somebody might call a tragedy and to make it into something light is what this is about for me.
And not even making it into something like you made it into something successful and prosperous for yourself. So not only do you enjoy what you're doing, you enjoy helping others, and you can pay some bills with it.
I can pay some bills. Last year when my son wanted that PlayStation 5, I said the kids bought this. So when I tell you to drag the stuff out the car, that's what I need you to do. Drag the stuff out the car.
So, background, her son is here in the building, and he was bringing stuff over, and you know how teenagers are, and so we were kind of cracking some jokes.
Yeah. So I hope you can hear this.
So you brought a bunch of things with us today, and real quick, I just want to say thank you to one of our sponsors. Thank you to Big Cheese Botanica. She does the other side of this with like detox and herbs for your magical purposes and things like that. So this is where, again, we're giving a shout out to a female business for Women's Day. So thank you to Big Cheese Botanica. All right, so tell me what all you have here.
Don't forget your new coupon code.
Oh yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, they add things and I'm like, wait. Okay, so go to the Big Cheese Botanica site, put in new customer for 10% off your first order with her if you have not ordered with her before. So definitely do that. Check that out. All right, so you brought all kinds of things. So I guess pick one and then tell me all about it and what inspired it. And
Okay, so I'm going to try to do this without making a mess.
and
If I jump up in the middle of this,
they clean.
We got this.
Don't worry about that. They clean.
So what I really was excited about was I have a new tea that I made that I'm going to kind of launch in the spring.
Okay.
I call it Be the Joint. All my teas start off with a B because of Be Well and Be Leaf. Ironically, I have a private practice as well. So my private practice is Be Well Wellness Group. So that's where I got the B from.
Okay.
So, and then a little bit more Be Leaf, because what took me through this whole journey was having to believe that everything was going to work out the way that it needed to work out. So then we have with belief. So all my teas start off with belief, with B. So I have Be the Joint, and because I have to be real careful about how I label things because I'm not FDA approved and I cannot make any claims, but the base of this is strawberry leaf.
Okay.
And strawberry leaf has been determined or researched and found to have some therapeutic effects on things such as your joints and arthritis.
Okay.
So hence Be the Joint, Be the Joint. Tagline: make no aches about it.
So you guys, I can see David's face a little disappointed over there because the joint, that was not the type of joint he was thinking.
And I'm allergic to strawberries.
But guess
Oh, you're
what?
allergic to
I am
strawberries?
screwed all the way around.
So I'm going I'm gonna pour a
So
little.
that's
All the way
really
around. All the way around. Just screwed me there.
Oh, so also, this might interest you though, is that I do infuse honeys as well.
Mm,
There you go there.
smells delicious.
This is some honey that's been infused with roses.
Okay.
I do a rose infused honey, I do a chamomile lavender infused honey, and I do a cinnamon infused honey. Um, I do take custom orders as well as far as the infused honeys are, but I have a new product also. They're CBD infused,
Okay.
broad spectrum. So
This is a good time to tell people what you're talking about. Where do they go?
Yes. Okay.
Where do they go to order?
Okay, so
While you're talking.
all right.
And,
So
and explain to some people the difference in the CBD versus the THC, because we still have people out there who just think that it's all
It's
the
not the
same
same.
thing and all this.
So the difference with the CBD is that I use a broad spectrum product because there are some people that still have to do drug testing, and even though the full spectrum is under 3%, and that's the only way they can sell it, it's under 3% of the THC, the psychotropic effects. I make it so that everybody's able to partake in it.
Okay.
I will tell the truth and say that you do get more benefit out of the full spectrum. However, it's not gonna do you any good if you don't have a job.
Correct. Okay, so you guys know I'm a tea person. I don't do coffee. I do teas. If you've ever been in my house, there are teas everywhere. Okay, first of all, this smells delicious.
Yeah, I will agree with that.
And I know I can't really tilt it too much.
I got you. I got you. I got you. I got
The
you.
color
Wait,
is
let's
so
just-
rich.
It's beautiful.
It is absolutely beautiful.
let's do this. Go ahead and do your honey and everything. I'll just do
So
this.
absolutely gorgeous there.
If you make a
Figures you
mess,
wear
don't worry
low-cut
about it.
ties and not
Like I
cut
said, they
them out.
clean.
But that is one of the things. All my teas, they smell really, really good. So if you want to order, you can find me on Etsy. I have an Etsy shop. The shop is Bee Leaf Wellness Teas. Etsy. You can also find me on Facebook at Bee Leaf Wellness Teas, and you can find me on Instagram as well at Bee Leaf Wellness Teas. I take PayPal, Venmo, all things, Square.
And she'll keep repeating that as we go along. And you said this
Cash.
one was the joint.
Be the joint.
Be the joint.
So, and the tagline is "Make no X about it." So,
So I got to ask, 'cause I know there's going to be questions in the chat box, and I'm going to look. Overseas shipping
so the problem with the overseas shipping is
is
that
customs.
is the cost.
Customs too, right?
Well, I've actually had some orders to go over to London.
There it is. There it is, right there. I timed that shit.
But if you're
Does she ship
willing,
overseas?
if you're willing to pay the overseas shipping price, because I will have to include that in the price.
Yeah.
The good thing about me, because I I'm a business owner, so I look at competition. I think my teas are pretty reasonable as far as pricing is concerned, because I don't want it to be something that nobody can have. But I do want it to be of benefit, and you know sometimes people associate cost with the effectiveness and that kind of thing.
So you have shipped it. His question wasn't the cost; it was you've shipped it overseas before.
I have.
Okay.
It did go through.
He's worried about customs.
It did go through customs.
I know,
Not the CBD, but the tea.
Yeah, the regular teas,
Yes.
and he knows. He's
I did some custom orders because they couldn't get it where they were.
And for military guys, when you want to order something statewide, I'm just going to give you a little, and you have people here in the States, you have people when you're overseas that get that free pass for shipping to you. You ship it as your care package. That way you don't have to pay the fees.
Fantastic idea.
That's what he just said. He said, "Oh no, my wife does care packages."
Oh,
So his wife,
find me.
yeah.
Etsy, Instagram, Facebook, Bee Leaf Wellness Teas across the board.
There you go.
If you Google me, you'll find me the same way. You can even put my name in there, and it'll show up the same way.
And it is BELEAF. BELEAF.
So I'm gonna now describe this one.
What was it called again?
This one is Be the Joint.
Be the joint.
Be the joint. This is
And
for joints and
it
shoulders.
is like the aroma hits you, so you get that right in your nose. It is really rich in flavor. I've put honey in it, but I've gotten used to drinking less sweeteners in my teas. And this is one that just the flavors themselves have enough of a little floral to it that the honey, like the little bit that I put in, I didn't even need that.
I didn't even put any. I drink no honey with any of mine.
I mean, it was, I pretty much just wanted to taste the rose honey.
Oh, but while we're talking, speaking of honey, and she's coughing, I'll take over. No, I have two.
Anything in there for pollen allergies? Because good God, I'm dying.
So
Yes,
I have
really.
two. I have two infused honeys that I make. One is chamomile lavender, and I sampled it out to one of my good friends, and she actually mixed that with that. And I was like, she said, "Oh no, it was good." So I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I'll take her word. And so the chamomile lavender one, I put CBD and CBN. So the N is for nighttime to help you relax and go to sleep. So that's what that one is. And then I have one for the morning time, which is CBG, G for go, and CBD also, but it's a lemon infused honey.
Okay. I think I need to order some of these.
I love it.
That's what the honey containers look like.
Okay.
I'm actually going to upgrade to it. That's a 4-ounce size. I'm going to upgrade to a larger size.
Oh yeah.
Really soon.
So you have to just keep going and cut me off because I will just keep sipping.
You're going to keep slipping. Okay.
So cut me off and move me on to the next thing whenever you are ready because
Now,
I'm never ready. I'll just keep drinking.
I know it. See, I know how to get them. That's why I got her the big mug. But let me tell you this, because I know that we also talk about things like spell work and other things like that.
Right.
You can absolutely use these in some of your work. I don't know if you want to use for lunch because it tastes so good. You don't want to use it for that. But you can actually use them for that. I don't know what I would use that one for, but I do have one that I think that works really well with spell work, and that is it's called B11.
Okay.
LUV.
And we talked a little bit about kind of magically infusing your cooking, as you're going. So of course, why not your teeth?
Right. So this is what the B11 looks like. You can look at it. I don't know if you can get a shot of that on there.
We can.
But
I love these little
so what's great about that is that it actually, the base of that is Damiana leaf.
Ooh, David, do you remember what we said about Damiana?
So Damiana leaf is for those who, since I couldn't give you the joint with the Vita joint, I got the Damiana leaf.
So I may have to order some of this because we are doing a couples retreat in September.
We are.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
we are.
And this couples retreat is about reconnecting, and we are using aphrodisiac.
Oh, yeah. So that's really good for Damiana leaf.
Infused foods and that kind of thing. So this may have to be the breakfast tea of the retreat. So please,
it's gonna be the all day tea.
Right.
I like what she thinks.
Right. So I need to keep that one
on the list.
Right. I need you to send me a text once we're done. So
I already know what it's called.
You're gonna remember.
B11.
Yeah, I'm making a mess, but that's okay.
No, you're all right.
Go ahead and say they clean.
You're doing great.
They clean.
Oh, yeah, they clean.
Oh my God, this is so good. I don't want to put this cup down.
No,
Wait
this
till
is the
this one's
Pass
B11.
me another cup.
This is the B11. Yeah, you're gonna try that later.
All right. So show me the B11.
Oh, that smells so
Right
good.
here, there it is. Okay.
Oh my God,
Don't worry about the little tea leaves that are floating around. They're good for you.
David, you have to at least smell
Man,
it.
I smell right
Oh my
here.
God.
You ain't
You
been-
can't.
Okay,
You ain't-
That's great in here.
I'm gonna
You-
keep going over
you
here
ain't
because
finna
this
make
one's
the
gotta
shower
cool
grow,
off,
girl.
but
I just-
okay, tell us about how you came up with the B11.
Really
Oh
smell
my
that.
God, that smells like.
I mean,
something
that
I do
has
around-
like sex smell to it.
Right.
I can smell it right now. It's immediately in your nose, and you're like,
Right. You're like,
So that's part.
there's somebody to
that's
go
part of the
grab.
thing.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
right.
Turn that damn fan off.
What makes
Y'all-
me different?
You might not need to
from other
drink that.
teas? No. Let me
I
move
got
my
a
chair
vibrator
back.
at home.
Oh, Jesus.
Look, I got a vibrator. At
I
home.
am
We'll be
tingling
all right.
in my balls right now. I ain't touched nothing.
Oh my
That's good.
God.
So
It's-
What's that one? That's B11?
B11.
B-ball. B-ball. Y'all
I
fools.
will make a disclaimer. I'm not responsible for any pregnancy.
Right.
that
I was
might
gonna say,
happen.
be pregnant, be
Yeah,
fertile.
be pregnant. You should have renamed that.
B11.
Be stuffing. You prego.
That
Ooh,
has
wee.
rose petals in it as well as cinnamon. So,
That's
but
what it
what's
is.
really, really good about this also is that it has shatavari.
Now tell me about that one. That is one that has not hit my herb list, so unless it has another name, I don't know anything about it.
It does have another name. It's called asparagus root.
Oh, okay.
I
Now
knew
we're
I
there.
smelt that. I can
See-
smell that.
See, okay, so I've
I
said
like
this
to sound
before.
fancy.
I've said this before, y'all. Herbs have so many different names. Normally, when someone comes in and asks for something and you don't know what it is, ask them if it goes by another name to show you a picture, because 9 times out of 10 you do know what it is. It's just that what it's called in your community or the region you grew up in is something completely different. Yes, I have asparagus root, but I did not know it by that name.
So,
I got
since
questions.
it's International Women's Day, I want to just go ahead and let everybody know that this one is shatavari is actually really good for women's health, women's reproductive health.
Okay.
So that is not why I brought it, but incidentally,
I mean,
that fits.
I want to
Okay.
reproduce right now.
All the reasons.
Did you, when you were making it, did you like, is it for you? Like when you're putting your herbs together, are you like thinking with your nose?
Yeah. So and I make everybody in the house taste it, and it's like
Okay.
if it doesn't taste right, I said it's missing something, and then but so what I like is that my stuff, most of them, not all of them, but most of them are flavorful.
Mhm.
Okay. They smell good, which is really important. Smell is healing.
A lot of people, if they can't smell it, they won't eat it.
Well,
I know
you're
my son is like that. If it doesn't smell good, or he can't smell, like when he loses smell because he has a cold or something, he ain't eating.
that's mainly the chef in her. She's,
If I don't
I
know
heard
what
that.
it
My
is-
son's a chef too, so
Oh,
I know.
is he?
Yeah, my chef's a chef. My son is a chef down at Aspen Steakhouse.
Oh,
So
well, steaks on him.
yeah, yeah. My goodness gracious,
Tell him I'll take a
that'd be
porterhouse.
my ass too. He would he'd shoot me. But it's sight and smell.
Mhm.
It's not the taste. Most people have already figured out what that's going to taste like and smell, or from the smell and the looks of it.
So one of my it's one of my little catches is that healthy never tasted so good.
I'm just saying, it
like
smells
that.
delicious.
Healthy never tasted so
Yeah.
good. So you
I
don't even
remember
think
my-
it's health wise. You're just enjoying the tea. Like she keeps sipping.
Right.
She doesn't want to drink this one, but she keeps sipping.
She
I
knows
do.
not to
Like
drink.
that
I
was
wouldn't
hot,
drink
so
that.
let that one cool down,
Well,
and then
I'm
I'm
sorry.
moving on.
let me
Let
pour
me-
another one.
So
real quick,
let her
then.
go.
Let me ask you this
It's like
though.
a train
So
going on here.
for somebody that's not a tea drinker, and I'm sitting over here, I am a good 8 feet. Would you say from that tea?
Yeah.
And it's just going up my nostrils, and everything is activated. I'm good to go. I'm ready.
Yeah.
So
Lisa,
now,
I'm
if I-
sorry.
no, now if I was to drink that, does that have an intenser effect? As a novice tea drinker, like I don't drink tea,
So
so I just probably just
I-
smell it, leave it at that.
you can drink it.
Would it take it to another level though?
I don't know that it would.
Okay.
I would think that you would have more benefit because remember all of these have some type of nutrient in it.
Facts.
And I want to make this point now, and some people might argue with me, but you can't just use any water. Well, you can to do your teas. What is preferred is spring water. Tap water is not preferred because of the minerals in it,
Facts.
and it makes it hard and not as flavorful as it could be. But I don't use spring water. I do sometimes, but for the benefit of when we talked about nutrient absorption, I use distilled water.
Mhm.
Distilled water, for anybody.
So now I filter all my water.
Oh, filtered
Yeah.
water will work too,
Filter
but
all my water.
so
I have
distilled
buy
water-
distilled water for my
Mhm.
machine because if you don't, they calcify.
right.
Mm.
Yeah, so distilled water helps you. So if you're cooking soups or anything like that at home, use distilled water as well because it helps you to absorb the nutrients better in your body.
So I make a spice cookie around October that has, I think, similar notes
Mm-hmm.
that this tea. I'm gonna have to have some
If you
for
could make
that.
a cookie out of that, boy.
Yeah, I make kind of a spice
Man.
cookie. It has a little bit of
I mean, it would
cardamom,
have to have the
cinnamon,
exact same herb for the
um,
same properties.
I don't know,
Somehow make it.
little nutmeg, little allspice.
That cookie would smell amazing in a house baking.
So, a lot of these things people do actually make, food items out of them.
Yeah.
Um,
And that would be an aphrodisiac food, correct? Oh, yeah.
Okay, I didn't even add honey to this one. And
Why would you? As sweet as it smells.
this, I mean, it's just like, I'm not gonna say it attacks your taste buds. It's so good.
don't be calling me later on talking
Hey,
about it.
hey.
No, she's gonna follow me to the car and say, "You got any of that tea in there? You got any of that tea in there?"
Hey,
How you
Yeah.
doing? How you, how
I'm
you
gonna have to
doing?
do her like this.
How you doing?
right, give me an ounce.
How you doing?
So if anybody ever told you tea makes everything better, this is proof right here.
Tea does make everything better. I say that. There's a tea for everything. But I like the fact that you said that you make it taste good. You make the what being love taste good. Because I remember being told by my grandmother and my aunts when I was a kid, and they did a lot of herbal medicine, and it did not always taste good. Like like yellow root tea
That sounds
by
disgusting.
itself is not good. It's good for you, but it is not good. And they'd be like, "It's medicine. It's not supposed to taste good." So I'm just like, "Damn, can it taste like something?"
That was, remember I said most of them? So that is one of the most of them. I do, people, they're fascinated with detox teas. Everybody wants a detox tea. They want the detox tea, but they don't want to do the detox light. But, okay.
True.
I'm sorry. I don't want to lose any sales.
No, you're fine. We keep it
No,
real here.
keep it real, yeah.
We keep it real here.
Don't lose any sales, but you still want to go to the drive-through, but you want the detox tea.
Right.
It doesn't work like that.
Just buy more tea.
Just buy more tea. But I do make a detox tea, and it does have yellow root in it.
Mm.
And I tasted it,
They're pungent.
and I'm like, it has burdock root in it,
Woo, Lord,
licorice
yeah.
root in it.
But it's good for you.
It's good for you.
Like,
No.
don't say no.
Oh, are you familiar with stinging nettle, right?
Yes.
All right, I forgot to tell you, that's in the Vita joint also.
Okay.
I'd like to put nettle in a lot of them because nettle is one of the most nutrient-rich herbs that you can, for just general overall health.
Mhm.
That and oak straw. I put oak straw in a lot of things. So oak straw is actually in the one that you're tasting now.
This is so good.
But I have another one.
Of course you do.
Now this one is called B Figure 8.
Let's do this first.
Oh my goodness. This is so pretty.
Let's just do this first. And then
Oh
I'll
my
come
God.
across.
All right. So just real quick, shout out to our new sponsor, actually, Jennifer's Ethereal Essence. Okay. Sorry, it's kind of a tongue twister there. But if you like stones, you like stone jewelry, you like gems, check out her site. She is also running a special right now. So code is Amethyst and you get 10% off your first order. Check out her group. And with her, once they're gone, they're gone. She may get more in, she may not. So if you see it, you better get on it. Okay. Y'all, this is so fucking pretty.
That's the other thing. Most of my stuff is really
That's like a
aesthetic looking.
whole little color palette to itself. Like, can I have like a sunroom or a living room with these colors?
Mhm.
It just looks so energizing. Just looking at it. Now, what is this one again? I'm sorry.
It's called B Figure 8. Can you guess why I call it B Figure 8?
I don't.
Oh.
Uh,
I'm gonna go
Okay.
with it's in helps with weight loss.
I was gonna say either weight loss or long life.
The 8 was because you have to be really careful because I can't make any claims because I haven't been registered with the FDA. But Figure 8, the little 8.
I was in it.
Yeah.
I was all in it.
Yeah. So what is great about this? This is a tea that I would recommend to people that they actually take with their meals. We talk a lot about alkalizing and acidifying diets. Alkalizing and acidifying diets, and herbal tea is alkalizing. And so that would be something that you could add to any meal, especially something like this because this actually has pu'er in it. So that is actually a tea. The other ones that I gave you were tisanes, really. They're not really teas. This one actually has pu'er, which is an aged black tea. This one's been aged about 5 years.
Okay.
All my products, for the most part, are organic,
Okay.
and I try to get the best quality because that's what I believe in. So
Now,
when you buy belief, you
so
know
let
that you
me
get
say-
quality.
Let's talk about that because all herbs are not of the same quality.
No.
Explain what you look for in a quality bag of herbs. Like if someone ships you herbs, what would you be looking at to say, oh, this is crap versus this is a good batch of herbs? Because people order from all over and they're like, well, mine doesn't look the way,
No.
or it doesn't look like this, or whatever the case may be. So what do you look for?
So the first thing when I open up a bag, I should smell it. I've had stuff where I smelled it before I even opened it up. That's number one. I look at the color. Even though they're dry, they should still have some color to it. But what I do is I tend to order from the same people all the time because I research the companies that I use.
That part, y'all.
I want to make sure that if they're organic, that they're truly organic. I look to see who they source from, and things like I don't want to be the one like the red palm oil where
I'm sorry. That was
no sugar, right?
no sugar, and it has
No.
like this chocolate note to it.
Oh yeah, it has, I put cacao in it.
Okay, I was like, oh my god, chocolate.
I actually have a chocolate one now, and I started to bring it today, but I didn't want to bring the whole shop in here.
You could have.
Next time I'm coming, because I'm coming back. Thank you, David, for letting me come back.
That was easy.
Oh my god, but it's warm. Like it just kind of warms. This one, I need to be in a corner with snow outside and a book.
Only because there's 3 there, I'm going to ask you, and I would not say to answer it, but it's your business. Do you want to tell people how much it is
For which one?
for anything?
Nah,
I would like you to go to the website personally, but
I don't
that's
know.
up to her.
I actually I don't know.
Okay, so are different
They're
flavors,
they're
different
different because-
costs?
Yes,
Because there's
the
different herbs in it,
Yeah.
right? Different prices.
Yes.
All right, so
Well,
these are
where
not
actually-
like they're not like every flavor is $9.95.
No.
Right. Okay. So
No.
they each have different costs.
So I will say that they run between maybe 15 to 18
Okay.
for 3 to 4 ounces.
Okay.
Which is
15
fair.
to 18 for 3 to 4 ounces, depending on the
The herbs.
herbs that are inside.
Obviously, some herbs are more expensive than others.
And then the honey.
The honey, these jars right here are $10.
Does that matter with the herb, or does that matter the flavor?
No, that doesn't matter.
Right.
But the CBD ones, they are a little bit more, and I'm actually charging like 15 for those for that size. But as I did indicate, I am going to be increasing the sizes, so the prices will be,
Okay.
So you better get in before I switch up.
Yeah.
Because CBD, if you've got a CBD oil, it's not cheap.
But again, y'all get what you pay for.
No, and that's true.
So
And if
you might be able to find something cheaper, but it won't be of the same quality. And
well, okay, so this is one of the things that I tell my patients and my clients about cheapness, because we like it's not $5 anymore. It was $5, but the $5 box, and for a long time I didn't know what that was. The Wendy's $5 box and
Okay,
these other
yeah.
little cheap things, and I said either you're gonna pay now or you're gonna pay later. So I'd rather go ahead and get what I need now, and I don't pay with my quality of time. I don't pay with my, not having energy. I don't pay with having to go through the drive-through to the pharmacy drive-through. I don't have to pay with all these illnesses and all these other things
Right.
and doctor
doctor's
visits.
appointments, labs.
And then you got to come and see me, and then I got to track you every 3 months and those kind of things. So it's not really, when you break it down, and if you cut back some of those other things that you don't really need, that you're going overboard on, because we're obsessed with certain stuff.
So I've said this. I don't know if I've said it. I'm pretty sure I've said it on this show. That I never understand why people will put $200 on their feet or around their neck or $1,000 pair of glasses, but will not spend the extra money to buy the healthy food to put in their body to stay healthy.
Some of it tastes like shit.
It's like that car that looks good on the outside, but it's broke down on the side of the expressway.
Right. Like,
Some of it tastes pretty bad.
What, some of the healthy foods?
I'm not saying you can't eat healthy. I'm just saying some of the healthy food
but
tastes
not all of
pretty
it
bad.
does, and you don't have to eat that. It's
Right.
like saying that some foods taste
So-
bad,
so-
but
so-
some
so
foods do taste bad. Just don't eat them.
Some unhealthy foods taste bad.
Facts.
So
Just find the ones you like.
Right.
and that's really
There's
what it comes
plenty
down
enough out there. Plus with spices,
to. Correct.
you can make anything taste like it. I don't like tuna. I don't like the taste of tuna,
Mhm.
but I know how to spice it right now. It don't even taste like tuna.
Oh,
It tastes like chicken.
A good tuna steak.
chicken. All right, here we go. Everything tastes like chicken.
You can make tuna taste like chicken. You a chef.
You're working magic.
Yeah,
You're
my-
working real magic.
My son has figured out he's got these little spice thing. I just shake it on there and
Oh, he makes his own spices?
Yeah,
Oh,
kind of. He uses spices to make up his own spice blends.
Oh, okay.
Feel me?
Yeah, because I make up a lot of. Because when you make your own, they taste a whole lot better than anything that you can buy in a bottle.
He's a chef there, but he's more of a saucier
Okay.
all day long. If he was in France or somewhere like that, he'd be a saucier. He likes making aiolis and
Okay.
a steak's a steak without seasoning on it. Doesn't matter where you go, it's still
Right.
steak.
Right. Right.
Okay, so you had some others that were kind of hiding off to the side.
So this is
Ooh, pretty.
you gotta take a picture of this one also.
Yes.
So you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna help you out. I didn't bring enough containers, so you don't get to taste this one. So that means you have to bring it back.
Oh, shit.
You gotta bring.
We got cups over here somewhere.
No. I need more. We have to boil some more water then.
I don't know. I don't have none of that. We'll just take pictures.
But this actually, you can't tell me this one doesn't.
I mean, look at that right there. Look at that right there.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
So this one is called Be Berry Love.
Okay.
Be Berry Love, and the reason why it's called Be Berry Love is because it contains Shashandra berries,
And I smell some hibiscus
hibiscus.
and rose.
I put roses in everything. It's like that hot sauce. I put that on everything. Goji berries.
I mean, she knows. She's been here for a little bit.
I have so that's what the
This
berries.
ain't her first shot.
I have goji berries in there. And you know goji berries are very, very healthy for you.
Yes, they are.
Shashandra berries are good for you. That's a happy tea because Shashandra berries kind of.
It makes me happy just smelling it.
I was gonna say, isn't that an energetic
But
tea?
really, so the thing about tea and herbs is that they're beneficial for more than one thing. So if I say, hey, this is a happy tea, that's not really what I use it for. What I use it for is really for people with high blood pressure.
Okay.
So because it has the hibiscus in it,
Mm-hmm.
and it helps to regulate blood pressure better.
Okay.
Good smelling though, right?
Oh my God, so good.
And then another one that I brought. Oh, so this is the one. So another plug. I left you some samples so you can put in your little goodie boxes that you give out to your guests. So this one is called Be Reposed, and it's nothing fancy about Be Reposed. It's actually just a classic repose tea.
Okay.
Once again, this doesn't have any actual tea leaves in it. It's actually all herbs. But this one is
And you guys, a lot of herbal teas don't have actual tea in it. It is just a blend of herbs. Like it's not an official tea leaf.
that you can actually smell it
Right.
just when you open this up.
Yes.
So you're gonna have to get back up because you gotta take a picture of this one too.
We're working in tonight.
You know,
We're
her,
working
her second show.
You're gonna need
is
some of this be the joint. You know you're looking.
this second show she wants is getting further away.
Oh, that smells mint, lavender.
Oh my God, I can smell that one for sure.
God.
I smell mint,
Okay.
and I smell something
Seems like
else.
spearmint or wintergreen. Lavender.
Pine?
Right.
No pine, but pine is that's her herb.
Yes,
Okay.
I love pine.
She's a pine needle fanatic.
What is the
Um,
what is the nutty flavor I smell?
So what's actually in there is roses in here.
I might be smelling the other one.
But I have there is spearmint in there and there is peppermint in there. It has lemon verbena.
Mhm. The chamomile in there?
Chamomile's in there. That might
This
be.
one I wouldn't be able to drink.
That might be the nutty.
You're allergic to chamomile.
Well, I drink it and just take my Benadryl, but yeah.
Put that down.
What is wrong
She
with
trying
people?
to
What
get
is wrong
She
with
trying to get a
people?
stool on TV.
What is wrong with people?
My son,
Yeah, I'm allergic, but I just take my
my
Benadryl.
son does the same thing. My youngest,
Get that out of here.
Nicole is horrible about that. Like he will eat something he knows he's allergic to, and then he will go get the Benadryl and put a straw in it and be like, "It was worth it," and just walk away.
So
I don't
just make
understand
sure, because that's the tea that I left you with the Be Reposed, because it's a classic tea.
people. Okay.
And what I like about this is one of those teas that you just, today would have been a good day for it because it's rainy and it's a chill tea basically.
A chill tea. Okay.
Yeah. Which is another good thing that will work good with some herbal work if you kind of chill some people out.
And she puts the
And I'm
directions
not a
on here
magician.
as well.
I do. Now, these are just the sample bags. So my actual retail bags, they actually have different labels. That's my universal sample bags. And when I go to fairs and those type of things, I just use the universal label. Because I do the smaller bags because it's easier to sell $5 bags and $10 bags than it is to sell $20 bags sometimes.
Makes sense.
When you
Don't even tell me,
But
girl.
sometimes people get hooked on it. They just need to.
but
They're afraid to buy a larger quantity because they don't know if they're gonna like it. But
Right.
when they try it, they want it.
right,
So.
right. And so and you know
But I've seen your setup. You allow people to try some of
I
them
do.
there,
I do.
which to me is a totally different thing because I'm that person where it's like, oh well, it looks good, but I don't know if I'm gonna like it, and so I'll buy the small one, and then sometimes it was a good choice. Sometimes I regret that I didn't buy because a lot of times when you're at the show, you get the better price by being there, and so the fact that you let people taste it right there, like
Mhm.
you get a chance to go. Yes,
So,
like,
so, so
Do you have
look,
your own tent?
I go to I don't have a tent. I just do set up. I have
Okay.
a table set up.
Oh,
But I was doing the farmers market in Jonesboro,
mhm.
and I think they're getting ready to start back up in May. So plug out for that. Look for me at Jonesboro farmers market on Saturdays. It's actually really really fun. I like doing the farmers markets because I like hanging out with other people, but I
I got
like wellness based kind of things.
I got another idea for you for that.
I want to do a couple of pop-ups with a lot of
Hey,
our
hey,
people.
what this is?
I was gonna say, think about this, okay? Because you're a talker, right?
Oh,
Car shows. Just telling you.
car shows.
Car shows.
You know what?
You just
I'm
gotta
gonna
send
put
them
this
an
in
email.
existence. They used to have a live show. You been to the live show? It's called a live expo. That's what it's called.
Yes.
Yeah.
We lost so many things during COVID. I don't know what some of them.
You know what? I feel like we just took just pages out of the calendar and just ripped them off.
We did.
And I'm like, I don't even know what year.
Yeah.
What happened last year? I don't even know what happened last year or the year before. But I'm really not a talker. It just appeared like that.
So now,
I ain't buying that.
so now you say the ones you do are 4 ounces. What's the largest they can get? So like say let's start with that question. I got a couple of questions. So what's the largest?
So I do have people that ask me for larger sizes. I have a customer that's out in California that's ordered for me from several times, and her to go to is that be figure 8.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually do larger bags because she asked for one, so I ordered larger bags just for her. So it depends, and those would be more of a custom, and I do custom orders as well.
And that was going to be my next question. If someone calls you and says, "So hey, my doctor said this," or "I've been feeling this way," or whatever.
Because I do want to talk about that. So let me do say this, that these are all just you know, when you go to the shelf in the store, they'll say, hey, cholesterol tea, this and that, and I do have teas for cholesterol, or if that can help you with cholesterol. So those are just really generic. These are just like I said, eat, the FDA or they tell you eat 2,000 calories. That's generic blanket.
Right.
Really, for me to really do if you have some type of ailment or some kind of condition that you're trying to resolve or manage, best thing for you to do is actually consult with me, because I couldn't recommend any of these things, but I do energetics and other things. So there's a whole lot more to it than just saying, take take this kind of herb for that. It might work and it might not work for you because of your energetic.
Right.
So, and that's why some things don't work for people, or they think they don't work for them. It's because maybe that's not the right one for them based on the energetic.
Correct.
So hence that's where the holistic part comes in. That's where I do the consultations. But even if you don't do like a scheduled consultation with me, and you want something specifically for a certain condition, contact me. People send me messages all the time. You can contact me on Instagram, Facebook, or through Etsy as well.
Say those again, too, what they are.
B-Leaf Wellness Tea. B-Leaf Wellness Tea. Leaf. B-Leaf Wellness Tea.
So if someone, how do they go about contacting you and setting up a consultation? Are these consultations free? What does it charge? And what can they expect?
So you could call me, and I'm really a generous kind of person, and you can say, hey, I got X, Y, and Z going on. I won't go into really deep details with you. I will give you some kind of like preliminary things that I might think might be beneficial to you. If you really want to really invest in your health, then you would schedule an appointment with me.
Okay.
And I do take major insurances.
Okay. So
I am contracted with outside of Stigma. I'm contracted with the other health insurance companies.
Okay.
That's huge.
So then, what is a consultation with you? Like, if they had to pay out of pocket, because insurance, it can be different prices. But your hour rate, or
So
That's the tea talking, girl.
Right.
no more tea for you.
Hey, what's your hourly rate, girl?
So the going rate is usually about $100 for an hour. That's private pay. I know people that actually charge more than that. I know people that they do packaging.
Okay.
I am looking at doing packaging, possibly in the future.
Okay.
At this point, I'm not doing that. You can still just call and schedule the hour appointment with me.
Okay.
But I do put a lot into it.
Okay.
You actually get a nutrition recommendation form back and tells you what type of herb, what type of nutrients, based on your energetics and other things that we talked about and other conditions, what actually works for you. So it's not just you just how you go to the doctor and say, oh, you told me I need to do this,
Right.
and you get more than 15 minutes. You get an hour. You really get more than an hour from me because it takes me time after I actually consult with you to actually put together your plan.
So for less than the cost to get a massage for an hour,
You're gonna get massage too?
you could
No, but
for
I
less
do
than
have
the
somebody
cost
who
of
does
getting
it.
a massage for an hour, you can get a consultation
Yes.
and kind of a preliminary profile of what is going on and what can help you. So you walk away with even more. And that's why I was asking that, because I want to put it in perspective. If you're like $100, but if you go to a massage therapist, don't spend at least $135 an hour, at least,
Mine.
especially here in Atlanta.
Because I'm like, I need at least 90 minutes.
Right.
Don't touch me for 30 minutes. Don't touch me for an hour. I need a 90.
So I think people have to think about it in perspective to the other things that they do. I go to Jeju and I go do the spa thing and all the things in the spa. That, what you just said, costs less than the things I do there. So you have to prioritize your health.
It's your perspective. So I know some people that like I said, they charge more than that. And their thought process is that if you invest in your health, and that's true. I can take the same approach also, but I want to make sure that I'm accessible to more than just an elite
Right.
group of people. And see, that's part of the problems that we have in America, that we have all these health disparities. So I don't want to undersell myself, because I know what I'm worth and I know what I bring and I know the value of what I bring. But I don't want to miss people that can possibly benefit from it also, but couldn't afford it. couldn't afford it.
And we always say
They
that,
can't do the $1,800 packages and the $2,000 packages.
and I've said this all the time, being poor is expensive.
It is.
You know, if you can't afford to go to the dentist for the one thing, you wind up with a whole root canal. You know,
Yeah.
for cavity, you wind up with a root canal. You know, so being poor is expensive. But sometimes it's just a matter of where you're investing your money and what you're doing. So, real quick, shout out to Brandi's Hair Braiding Lounge for this gorgeous hookup here. So I've been timing this one because this one was done a little bit different. So I think probably about 2 more weeks, because this one was a crochet style. Believe it or not, everybody can't believe it was a crochet, but it is a crochet. So
I can't believe it.
right, so it was faster. But so maybe 2 more weeks, but we're timing it just so people can know like how long it lasts and all that. So
Okay.
thank you. Check out Brandi's Hair Braiding Lounge. It's actually it's changed it, so it's Brandi Candy Natural Hair LLC. So check that out. So once someone has that initial contact with you, have their initial meeting or whatever, and you have everything back, then do they, like, you send them a blend and then they tell you how they felt or how it worked or whatever, and then you tweak those? Like, how does the process go from there?
Okay, so that's actually a really good question, because that's exactly kind of what I do. Is I set up a plan. For anything to work, though, you have to be consistent with it.
Yeah.
And that's where we have a problem, is we're not consistent. So whatever we're consistent with is what shows up in our labs and on the scale. And it's usually not the right thing.
And it takes 12 weeks to change a habit.
12 weeks to change a habit. However, it takes at least one lunar cycle, which is 28 days, for you to really start getting the benefits that you want out of any type of supplement or any type of thing that you change in your dietary regimen.
And you guys have heard me say that. Give it a moon.
Yeah,
Give it a moon.
one lunar cycle. And so what I typically do, though, is I'll follow up with 2 weeks. It might just be a follow-up call and say, hey, how are things going? What challenges are you having? Because it doesn't make sense for me to wait for our next appointment a whole month later to find out that you were struggling with this, and that was something that we could have been trying to, find some what we call barrier busters.
Okay.
Try to bust whatever the problem is in between. So then after the month, if this doesn't give you quite the relief or whatever we recommend, it doesn't even have to be tea, it could be something else. Doesn't work, then we'll look at some other things. So I mean, it's medication. If you think about it, you could have 10 different medications for diabetes. Why?
And here's the thing. The reason I wanted to ask these questions is because I think a lot of people, as soon as they hear dietitian, they think expensive, out of reach, cannot, can't afford it, And so I want to make sure they know that it is in reach.
Oh, it's in reach.
It is plausible to have a dietitian, even if you're not rich or something like that, because they think of that as more of a rich person thing,
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that we put out there how feasible it is to have someone like you in their corner.
Oh, it's very feasible, and it's very beneficial to you to have someone like me in your corner. Also, you don't need to be scared of your dietitian.
Right.
Everybody's like, oh, she's gonna tell me I can't eat anything. Oh, she's gonna tell me I can't eat it. Oh, I don't. And so they're really, it's like kind of like pulling teeth, but I have it. That's what you're. But in the beginning, people are real rigid when they first meet with me because they're anticipating what I'm telling them they can't do, and that's not what I do, and that's not what a good dietitian does. I believe in people eating culturally. I'm not going to say to eat, broccoli every day, especially if you're from a different country. Eat what you ate in your country that was healthy for you, But I will talk about things like preservatives and toxins in your food. I will talk about that. I will talk about environmental toxins. I will talk about toxic thoughts and other foods that you put in your body. I do promote things like 15 minutes of breathing techniques. I do promote, sunshine 20 minutes, 15 minutes a day. Y'all gonna have to pay me at the end of this because I'm giving out some of my.
And I don't think this is things that people, but this is good because there's this mystique behind dietitians. People assume that the doctor says I have to change my thing, and they gave me a referral to a dietitian. Now the dietitian is going to be mommy and say no.
Right.
Yes. No. And so no one, for a lot of people, this is their first interaction. He's raising his hand with a dietitian, and so
No, that was 5 minutes.
oh, this gives you kind of an inside look of what to expect. So that I guess the white coat syndrome kind of extends to dietitians too.
Oh no, they don't want to see me. Oh no, because and then it's exactly why, because the doctor said I need to lose weight. So the first thing they think I'm going to say is those chips that you be eating every night at 12 o'clock. You don't have to get rid of them. I do say that, but no. I tell you
what, for the preservatives, right?
Yeah. I tell you for the most part what to take what you eat, and I tell you how to eat it. For lack of a better way to explain it, I don't change what you eat. But sometimes I do, or I recommend some changes, or I can tell you how to make it better. But I don't say you can't ever have anything. There's no bad foods, anything like that.
Okay, so to me this has been great. I know I only knew what a dietitian was because I had children. And I was at Emory. So they had a dietitian come in and kind of talk to you about diet for nursing.
Oh, wow. Uh-huh.
But after that, no, nothing. I know at that point I've never had another dietitian or anything.
And you were lucky.
Right. Yeah, because I know that a lot of hospitals don't get the service that Emory does. Like Emory, you basically get room service for meals. And I know there are a lot of hospitals who don't get that, and they don't have those extra things set up for new moms and everything. But I know women who've gone through having had none of that, who have had to make life changes, had none of that, have had other people that I know the only time they met with a dietitian was after a heart attack,
right,
or a stroke, or some kind of
tragic episode
that maybe not always, but probably could have been
correct
avoided had they met with a dietitian sooner.
Correct. No, you're absolutely right on that. So as we're winding down, I just want to put that out there. Take care of yourself now. It's okay to take care of yourself now, and then that way you don't have all those issues, and it's easier to change whatever you need to change now than it is to try to go backwards and change anything and try to reclaim your health. We don't want to be
How to find you, how to reach out to you. Because y'all, this is a service that you didn't know you needed in your life.
Oh, you need this. You definitely need this.
Not just that the teas are delicious, but the wealth of knowledge she has, and how, especially for those of us who are getting older, we can't eat the way we used to. We just can't. Our metabolisms just aren't the same. But I know there are some dietary changes that you can do to kind of kick your metabolism back up, and that's where beautiful people like this come in.
So you can find me once again on under Beleaf Wellness Teas, BELEAF Wellness Teas. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Etsy in my Etsy shop. And if you just simply Google me, you'll find it as well. You don't even have to remember any of that. Just put Beleaf Wellness Teas in there.
And if you are in the group, I tagged your group there.
Yes.
So I tagged her page. You can find her there.
Yes.
So if you're in the What Up Witches group, just go to today's post of all about her, and you will see her link in there.
Yay.
So you can I made it easy for you. Click and go. All right, everyone. I can't with David. Thank you.
I can't with you.
We like click and go. Thank you guys so much for listening to What Up Witches on BFAM 109.6. Thank you to all our gorgeous and headstrong and persistent women who are making things happen out there on National Women's Day and every day. And we will see you guys next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Have a good night.
Hey, music.
Oh, of course, our music. I'm sorry. He's never gonna let me forget. I'm the bad parent here. Want to say thank you to our music to Young BZ and Vaughn.
Boy, you're gonna hear that one.